How to safely use public bathrooms in the age of coronavirus. Could coronavirus particles be floating all over the public bathroom you have to use? If so, how could you be sure you won't be exposed? Let's talk public bathrooms. During a global pandemic that had experts taking precautionary measures like washing your hands and sanitizing surfaces, you could still find yourself in need of a public restroom. And now more than ever, it's vital to understand what creates a safe bathroom experience. It's also important to understand and see the danger signs when going inside of a public bathroom. But not only that, what about the future of public bathrooms? Will they require updating and overhauls to meet the higher standard of hygiene? In the wake of COVID-19, we need to rethink the layout and design of public bathrooms to adjust the space needed to accommodate social distancing guidelines. James Walsh, Vice President of Commercial Products at the 140-year-old plumbing and fixture company, American Standard, says in an email, "The way we look at health and hygiene is different now than just 3 months ago." The problem with public spaces, although the Center for Disease Control and Prevention has stated that you can get COVID-19 by touching surfaces or objects that have coronavirus on it, it's not considered to be the main way the virus spreads. Nevertheless, the CDC says washing your hands or using hand sanitizer frequently and regularly, cleaning and disinfecting surfaces is one of the best ways to prevent the spread. And the problem is we don't have control of how often surfaces are cleaned in public bathrooms, but you can practice safe behaviors if you have to use one. Some professor of medicine at the University of Virginia said one time that the conversation that if you use a public restroom, you should touch as few surfaces as possible and avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. After you go, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds and skip the hand dryer. What's worse is coronavirus particles can linger in the air of tight spaces like a bathroom for several hours. That means if the person who uses a stall before you coughed and left coronavirus particles floating around, these particles could still be in the air. Oh no, when it's your turn to use the bathroom, what will you do? You might die. Scientists still don't know how much of the virus you have to take in to become infected, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Make sure to wash your hands, everyone. Limiting the amount of time spent in an enclosed indoor space, restrooms and restaurants included, can reduce the potential for getting sick from the coronavirus. Stay home. Wearing a mask in a public bathroom is another good prevention. But surfaces and air particles may not even be the worst of it. Ew, toilets are nasty. You're much more safer going outside and using a bush. Someone once said that someone infected with coronavirus could shed the virus through their feces for nearly 5 weeks after their respiratory samples tested negative. While researchers acknowledge the respiratory transmission is still the primary route, they are still in the exploration and exploring the possibility of coronavirus via feces. Did you know flushing the toilet sends fecal waste into the air? What's known as toilet plume. A second study, published June 16, 2020, in some journal, confirmed toilet plume can be found that 40 to 60% of these particles reached well above the toilet seat. Yes, shit flies, people. Yeah. Toilets are a daily necessity, but also become dangerous if used improperly. A toilet may kill you, especially against the current scenario of a global pandemic. If the coronavirus can be shed for weeks in the feces of a person who recovered from the illness, the toilet plume could carry the virus into the air, where it could remain trapped in the stall until the next user arrives. But remember, we still don't know how long the lingering virus could potentially infect someone. How public restrooms must change. One easy, temporary solution to making public bathrooms safer would be to blow it up. I mean, limit the number of people who can use them at the same time. There are other several steps we can take as well. Clean the toilet seat with a disinfecting wipe before you use it. This can eliminate virus particles that might have settled on there. If the toilet has a lid, close it before you flush to prevent toilet air from your feces going all in the air. Finally, wash your hands carefully after flushing, since virus particles may be present on the flush button and door handle. Oh no. I heard a rumor that the overall layout and shape of commercial bathrooms are going to change to address the spacing issue required to accommodate social distancing. Sinks and stalls will eventually be installed at a minimum of 6 feet apart from each other, and technology will be used to eliminate the need to touch things like faucets and toilet handles. Changes are necessary across the world to keep everyone safe. People out there are working on technology to help prevent people from touching stuff, like the toilets and the sinks and stuff. Everything will be automated, and it'll be exciting. Yeah, everything will flush by itself. Did you know I have an orange kitty cat, and he likes to play hide and seek with me? I will hide around the house, and he will find me. True story. Hope you all enjoyed watching this video. Hope you all learned something important. If there's one thing I learned, it's stay away from public bathrooms. Yeah. Alright, well, I'll see you all next time with some more pointless videos.